Welcome to the second week of your countdown to the 2016 elections. Don't worry, I always remind you we have 39 more weeks to go and use this to choose our president and members of parliament. Last week I told you we'll be doing Klotekoli. Yes, we'll do it later this week. Friday we'll do Klotekoli. We want to find out whether there's a Gbeshi. In Ghana, meaning whether there's a fetish, political fetish there that creates problems. You know, the NDC in Klotekoli and the MPP in Klotekoli, both parties are in turmoil. But for today, yes, you may have guessed, we are going to deal with the Convention People's Party and the aftermath and its impact on this year's election. Before the elections, everybody said, oh, the former chairperson, Samia Nkrumah, will win the flag bearership slot. When the votes were counted, you realize that Iva Kobna Greenstreet, the former general secretary who stood down to contest, he won with a massive 64.9%. Samia Nkrumah placed second, the former chairperson, with 29%. While Joseph Japan, a CPP activist based in Canada, got 4.2%, and Mr. Baitakwete, a lawyer in Accra, got 2.1%. Yes, people alleged issues of vote buying and so on. There is nobody, I repeat, nobody who says going for campaign office that will not spend money. You may decide to go and hire a room, a hotel room or a guest house for the delegate to sleep, and you pay for the food that he will eat. That is money you are spending on behalf of the delegate. You may decide to give the money to the delegate, go and hire a place to sleep and buy food. That is money you are spending. Those who put their defeat to vote buying, we do apologies to them. I call them sour grapes. Since 1992, we had two runoffs in the presidential elections. In the year 2000, first we'll have a runoff if no candidate gets 50% plus one vote. That is why you need to vote, because that single vote may make a difference. In 2000 and 2008, nobody hit that 50% plus one mark, so we had runoffs. Now, if the two presidential candidates, the top two, do not get 50% plus one, we have a runoff. But if the other candidates, apart from the top two at any given time, if they collectively get 6 or 7%, we are heading for a runoff. I repeat, apart from the top two candidates, if the other candidates get collectively 6 to 7%, we are going for a runoff. Ivor's election could bring a new dynamic to the whole equation. You know, Ivor's condition was as a result of a very fatal accident that he had. Yet, in spite of that disability, he had won 2 elections as the General Secretary of the CPP. He knows how to relate to voters. We need to bear in mind that those who are physically challenged in our country now do not have the respect that is needed. There's a law that mandates people, for example, to provide access to the physically challenged. It is not done. Don't be too surprised if many of the physically challenged in this country decide that as a show of support to Ivor, that here is one of us who's going to get so high to be a flag bearer, they may decide to go and vote for Ivor of the CPP and vote for the parliamentary candidates of their choice. When that happens and Ivor gets 2-3%, possibly, and add it to the other candidates like Abu Sakara as an independent candidate, like Dr. Dobahama of the PNC, If you add these, the other candidates, and it's 6% plus 7, you should know that when you vote on November 7th, you vote again the runoff. But these are just projections that we want you to keep at the back of your mind. And I forgot to tell you, please get a notebook, label the back G81 countdown series, and take notes like a student, because you need it along the line. Well, for tomorrow, Tuesday, you know what's in the pot? You hear honorable members of parliament talk about, oh, being a member of parliament is not good. Do you think they love you and I than themselves? There must be something there. We'll tell you tomorrow.